Hi guys, the other day I made this Salmorejo Gazpacho, which is basically gazpacho, chilled without the cucumbers or peppers and served with a boiled egg and ham on top. Really easy, delicious and healthy. Start off with a big pot of boiling water and add your eggs, one per person, and let them boil for 6 or 7 minutes. Now take 4 banana shallots, peel them and then slice them finely. Remove the eggs when they're done and let them sit in a bowl of cold water to stop the cooking process and to let them cool down. Now replace your pot with a pan and heat about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and once that's good and hot, add your shallots. Now stir fry for a few minutes over high heat until they begin to soften and just take on a colour. Then remove them from the heat. Now just blend all the other ingredients together. I'm using the soup jug for my NutriBullet, but you can use a regular blender or a stick blender or a food processor. First add the hot shallots. Don't worry if your blender won't blend hot liquids, these will cool right down when the rest of the ingredients are added. Next I added 1 whole peeled clove of garlic, which was a lot, use half if you prefer. Next I added 1 small ciabatta roll, which was a little on the stale side, but you can use whatever kind of bread you'd like, as long as it's a little stale and about 50 or 60 grams of it. Next I added a whole tin of chopped tomatoes. I heard when you're buying chopped tomatoes you should try to buy Italian chopped tomatoes because they're meant to be better, in spite of this being a Spanish soup. For more tomato flavour, add a couple of tablespoons of tomato puree. Then I added 10 of these fresh cherry tomatoes. Add about 2 tablespoons of sherry vinegar. And finally a good generous pinch of sea salt flakes. Then just put on the lid and start blending it up. This recipe is based on a skills test that they had to do on the recent series of MasterChef Professionals, and it was one of those few times where I thought that I could easily give it a go at home. Of course they got no help at all and had to know what a salmorejo is off the top of their heads, add as much flavour as possible without cooking, and do it all in 15 minutes. Still, I felt pretty capable. This soup is supposed to be quite thick, but that was a bit too thick, so I added about 200 millilitres of cold water and blitzed it up again. You can totally make this soup ahead of time as well and keep it in the fridge. You don't even need to heat it up after that. Just take your now cold, hard-boiled eggs and peel them. Once they're all peeled, give them a good rinse under the tap to get rid of any tiny little egg fragments that might be on them. And go ahead and chop them up. I'm just chopping them into quarters, but you can finely dice them if you prefer. For the ham, I'm using a packet of Spanish serrano ham, and I'm using about 1 slice per serving as well. You could also use Iberico ham if you prefer, but that's really expensive. And just slice it up into random rough ribbons. To plate up, take a deep soup bowl and fill it with the soup. Now scatter or gently place your hard-boiled egg on top. Now scatter over the ham so it'll fall loosely over the soup. Now finish it off with just a little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil for a little extra richness. Then just dig in and enjoy. This would be perfect for a really hot summer's day. Thanks a million for watching guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to give me a like below and hit the subscribe button as well to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can check me out on social media if you like. All the links to my social media accounts are in the description below, as well as the link to my blog where you'll find this full recipe at www.rookiecook.org.